What's up, guys? Here with my first Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness review, and it is the 2-pack Titan Hero series with Mr. Dr. Physicianal Strange and the Scarlet Witch, which she's officially the Scarlet Witch now, which is pretty awesome. Looks like Hasbro's doing the whole plastic package stuff. Here's some cool artwork right there. Definitely really like that. There's a side there, also the same. Pretty cool overall. Nice back here. I do like that. That would be an awesome poster. I like how they look more realistic, I guess you could say, instead of just, kind of the cartooniness which they normally have. But anyways, here's the bottom with the ooh pick. Now I found this bad boy and bad girl 2-pack at Target, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. So I went ahead and grabbed them. As you can see, I usually try to avoid the kind of taller figures now, the 12 inches, because as you can see, I don't have well, you can't see here, but I don't have a lot of space anymore, so I try to avoid the big figures, but they were too cool to pass up, and this packaging artwork is just in your face, like whoop whoop, so I just went ahead and got it. But anyways, let's go and bust them open and see what they're all about. And there they are, guys, out of the package. And first off, it is kind of a bummer that Mr. Dr. Physician Strange here doesn't come with the cape. I feel kind of gypped, but yeah, I just feel gypped. That's just not cool. There's just no excuse for that. Hasbro, what the hay bales? Where's his cape? And don't you dare say sold separately. But a kudos I do have to say about these figures is that Hasbro actually seems to be putting some face print tech onto these Titan Hero figures, which I will show you right now, starting with Family Practitioner Strange. Starting with his face hole here, he looks pretty good for a Titan Hero figure. These are kind of price point at $10. The whole pack was like $22, whatever, inflation, but whatever. But it doesn't look exactly like Doctor Strange. It's not quite as accurate as the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home one, which I never got a chance to review. I just ended up opening them. This even is not quite as close, but it's still closer than this. But this isn't bad considering what the others look like. Got some great hair sculpt as well, going all the way around. Some nice hair on the top there as well. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. Since this one didn't come with a cape, let's go and take the Marvel Legends cape and place it on this Titan Hero and see how that looks, because yeah, so that's not gonna work. But anywho, back to his face. You will notice there's a little smudge right there. There we go. There's a smudge right there. I did try to get the best paint jobs, but I did notice between him and the Scarlet Witch, actually, they constantly had these little smudges there. And when I get to her, I'll show you some more. But it looks like some of them is actually their face molds and like the little, the normal human realism to the, I don't want to say imperfection, but I think I just did. But anyways, yeah, they added that onto it, so it looks really good, except for that's not actually on his face. On Scarlet Witch it is. But anyways, take a closer look here. Let me zoom Bajumba in, and you can see that they have that kind of micro dotting printing tech on there, which is pretty impressive for a Titan Hero that runs $10 or more like 11 or 12 now with inflation. That's impressive. But anywho, poodles, moving on down, I do like his Eye of Agamotto, which, theoretically should not have the Time Stone in there anymore, as we noticed in No Way Home, which was an awesome movie, by the way. Pretty decent looking suit overall, some great sculpt. I think with a good paint job and, just get some cloth cape there, you could really make this Titan Hero not quite hot toy, but definitely a little bit better than Walmart budget toy hot toy. So definitely good. The sculpt is there. I'm not sure I really sold it on that, but anyways, going into his arm, he's got some texturing here, as you can see, which is pretty interesting. Pretty nice suit. And he's got some wrinkly doodles right there. He's got his cool little gauntlets. He's fully gloved this time around, which is pretty cool. There's the other side as well. He's got his magic hand, but upon closer inspection of his hand, he has no sling ring, unfortunately. That would have been a cool thing to sculpt, but oh well. Now I have to admit, I do like the new Doctor Strange suit with his Eye of Agamotto just kind of sitting on his chest there instead of sitting with a string on his neck. It does look so much cleaner sitting on his chest, and the suit overall looks cleaner. Definitely liking the new suit. Can't wait to get my Marvel Legends Doctor Strange whenever that shows up. But anyways, here is the bottom of his legs with some more of that texturing as well. Then there's the inside with not much really. It's just more cloth wrinkle doodles. It's got some pretty cool looking boots there. Some nice, hold on, let me brighten that up. There we go. Nice and bright so you can see the dark details, which is very nice. I have to admit, they did a great job sculpting them, especially for a $10 figure. There's a Lego Jumbo. And putting on the, whoo, that's bright. Okay, that's better. And putting that face print tech on his head. Definitely kudos, except for the cape. Seriously, Hasbro, what the hay bales. But anywho, now moving into the Scarlet Witch, the actual Scarlet Witch this time, not just Wanda Maximoff. She's got an amazing looking face sculpt right there. It looks a little bit chubbier and rounder than it should be, but it actually is pretty nice and close to Elizabeth Olsen. As you can see right there, I looked at a few of them and I would see that there was like little smudges right there, as you can see. And then I looked at a picture of her, and that's actually the moles on her face. Same thing as that one right there. So they went all out on the face print to really actually make it look like her, including her natural human features. Yeah, that sounds better, right? It's a good euphemism. But anyways, there's the hair there. This has kind of a rubbery, soft feel to it. Looks pretty wavy though. Definitely like the, whatever that's called, the Scarlet bandana or something, I don't know. And here's a close-up shot of that face printing tech. You can see the kind of dot patterns, and they put a lot of effort into this figure, which is pretty impressive, like I said. But of all that effort, they definitely skimped on the body because there is no paint whatsoever on the body. As you can see, it's just plain old plastic. Now here is a closer look at the suit here, and I have to admit I do not really like this new Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness suit. I definitely like the WandaVision show. This looks much better. I don't know, it looks nicer because the shoulders look nicer that way. When they did this, I feel like they should have had some like shoulder armor or something come out, you know, just kind of I forget what those are called, but I think it would have looked a lot nicer. This just, I don't know, it's just, I'm not a big fan of this suit. I was actually planning on holding off to get a Wanda figure until this movie came out, thinking that they would have improved it to make it look a lot better, but I mean, strangely enough, WandaVision was the best version of this suit, in my opinion, of course. Some people think differently, but you are free to your own opinions. But anyways, here is the little the Scarlet cloak thing. Then her legs right there with details and the boots. And then there's the bottom of her feet. Now, one sad thing is, let me turn off the lights. All right, the packaging did not allow me to look closer at the bottom. And as you can see right here, I got quite a bit of marring right there. There's a chip. You can see that paint chip right there. So yeah, definitely was not the cleanest. There's a ding right there as well, and then a bunch of kind of looks like skin colored scratches, like the paint, which is so yeah, definitely wasn't cool. So if you get an opportunity, just get your phone flashlight, just kind of shine it on down in there on both figures, just in case you get this marred up version like I did. But anyways, as for articulations, they both have about the same articulation. Doctor Strange's head doesn't seem to really want to turn that far. It gets really stuck on his kind of collar right there. I wouldn't push it unless you want to scratch some paint or stretch it out or something. Arm spins in a circle, goes up pretty pitifully for a Doctor Strange. His hand actually spins, which is pretty cool. No waist movement whatsoever. It's a very basic figure. Leg goes that far forward, not back at all, which is strange. Does do a very good split, and that is it for Physician Strange. And as for Scarlet Witch, her head actually does go in a full circle. If you go this direction, it doesn't really go in this direction, gets caught on the hair. Has not very much side to side or up and down. Oh, I forgot to show that on Mr. Physician Strange here. As you can see, not much up and down or side to side really. It's a little bit, not too much. But anyways, back to the Scarlet Witch. The arm also spins in a circle, goes up far better than Mr. Strange, and then her hand does not spin, so I guess they kind of compensated there. No waist movement, leg goes that far forward, not back either, and she has good splits as well. And here they are, standing next to their Marvel Legends counterparts, as well as the Jazzwares Master Chief and the McFarlane The Batman. Also another movie I'm so excited for. Now when it comes to comparing them to some Titan heroes, I actually put all of them away into storage to save space. As I said, I try to avoid collecting those 12-inch figures now because they really take up a lot of shelf space. So with that in mind, I will compare them to the first reveal ever of one of my most prized toy possessions, if you could call it a toy, the Hot Toys Endgame Black Widow. Actually, I should probably take her off the stand for a better comparison since that adds height there. This, guys, is actually my very first Hot Toys and currently my only Hot Toy, and whew, is it a beauty. It's just so incredible. I really love it. Okay, do that there. And this is the first reveal on this channel. I've never shown her on my YouTube or on my Instagram. I actually bought her last year, the beginning of 2021, and it was just, I bought it during my YouTube break, and I was like, man, this is just really, really cool. I finally got a Hot Toy in. Just take a look at her. Okay, we're gonna steal the spotlight a little bit from the other figures, but look at the beautiful details of this figure. Just look at all that. Look at the details of the suit. This is definitely fantastic. I definitely want to get a Hot Toys version of Cersei's and Icarus from Eternals if they ever make one, because they never even announced it. They announced Athena, but I like Cersei and Icarus, you know. I definitely want to. Oh my god. Okay, crisis averted. Looks like there's no paint scuffs, and this is why I don't show her very much on the channel. I leave her nice and safe on the shelf. But anyways, oh, actually, before we move on, gotta show you one of the coolest things about this figure. I'm gonna take out her Glock 26. All right, check this out. I mean, if you've seen the Hot Toy review, you by other people, you probably already know. But if you haven't, her little pistol actually recoils just like the real gun. You can actually rack the slide, which is pretty amazing. And the magazine actually comes out as well, as you can see. Whoop. And it's got a little bullet at the top. This is just so cool. Definitely worth the money if you have the money. If not, then whew, it's expensive. Well guys, overall these are some pretty cool and fun figures to get to add to your collection and hopefully quench your excitement for the Multiverse of Madness. Now contrasted against the Black Widow Hot Toys, these look terrible. But that's not what their purpose is. They're just cool little toys that are really cheap. Well, actually scratch the little part. They are pretty big. I mean, they're 12 inches. Plus, if you don't have the money for a Hot Toys, you know, a little paint job there and adding a cloth cape to Doctor Strange, and they can be a pretty decent alternative. And the face print that Hasbro put on them is actually impressive for what they are. Oh, and just for fun side comparisons, here's the Batmobile bike I recently reviewed from the Batman. This thing is huge if you remember from the review, and compared to them, it's not that huge anymore, so yeah, they're big figures. But anywho dudes, I found some other cool stuff which I will hopefully get reviewed as soon as I find time. But until then, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Oh my gosh, I just noticed after I finished the review, check this out. Of all the luck, I've only shown her once in this video. She falls over, she hits Falcon, some of his freaking white paint transferred to her suit. Just, oh, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it looks like dust or whatever, but man, these things are so dark. I hate paint transfers so much. Oh, I am so bummed from that. I don't know, I may not like this figure very much anymore. Every time I look at him, I'm just gonna think how he marred Black Widow. Ugh. Oh well.